Hello everyone, today I present you my dear mommy. She's pretty, smart, good chef, always eating dessert, loves life. And lastly, she's my favorite person in the world. And this week, I'm going to eat just like her. Mommy, here I come. So usually in the morning, I'll start my day with some exercises, but I don't do this all the time because my stamina is really bad in the morning, as you can see. And I'm usually half awake when I do this. And these things tends to happen. Yeah, well, me staring into space. I'm sorry I have to say this. I do this quite often. Sometimes when I'm really tired. Anyway, well, usually I like to clear up my schedule because afternoon I'm usually quite busy. Doing some morning workout kind of helps me to start my day right. And well, yeah, my stamina is not exactly the best in the morning. My energy level is usually the worst. I prefer evening workouts. But I guess this will do just fine. I've always admired my mom. How can she eat all she wants and yet stay so fit? She's always eating her favorite cake, her favorite dessert. Whenever I take a bite of the dessert, I feel like I'm betraying my diet. I was never able to truly enjoy what I eat because I fear weight gain. I fear that my progress will be lost and I'll get back to where I was. Truth to be told, I've always struggled with myself because when I look at other people, they are able to enjoy the food freedom. I'll start comparing myself with them. How can they eat so much and still be so slim? How are they able to eat fast food every week and not gain a single weight? Anyway, for breakfast, I decided to make some baked oats. They are really nice. I mean, I've never really tried them, but my mom loves them. Like, she loves anything that has to do with cake. So I decided to throw in some pear oats and then throw them in the oven. There you have it, my breakfast. Baked pear oats. In the past, I've always asked questions like, Mom, should I eat this chocolate? Mom, do you think I should buy the ice cream? And she'll always give me the same answer, and that's to eat. Well, because if I hadn't want to eat, I wouldn't be asking that question. She taught me to listen to my body, to respect my body's cravings. When I was dieting and trying to lose weight, every single time when I broke my diet, I'll go on a binge. I'll start looking through my pantry for foods to eat. I mean, technically I cheated, so why not just cheat all the way, right? I would stuff myself even when I didn't feel like eating because I made myself believe that I wouldn't have the chance to eat them for the rest of the week. Then the next day, I'll subconsciously try to eat lesser. Grace, you had your cheat day yesterday and it's time to diet today. This became a never-ending vicious cycle. But when I took a step back, I asked myself, if this is what I want to do for the rest of my life, to eat and feel guilty, and then eat more and feel even more guilty. I know this is not the kind of life I want. This is not the lifestyle I signed up for. Weeks after weeks of restrictive dieting, another week of feeling guilty, another week of trying to be good, trying to eat to control my body size, setting up myself for failure and 100% miserability. Told my brothers one day we gon' make it. We just gotta grind for that paycheck. Mama told me. Anyway, for lunch, my mom said that she wanted some soup, so she made me pumpkin soup with lots of beans. What my mom indirectly taught me was, I can eat all I want and still look the way I want. Because beauty is in the eye of the beholder. If I don't learn to love my own body, regardless of what size and what shape it is, I'll never appreciate it. She showed me what food freedom was like in her own ways. That like bitches, put a spell on me, ooh, they some wishes, that my baby, that my lady, oh, and she gon' drive me to the fucking mall. She like Rachel, but I ain't no boss, I'm a god, that's on me, I got this shit on. So the next day, my mom wanted to eat pancakes, so I decided to wake up and make some pancakes for her. Told my brothers one day we gon' make it. We just gotta grind for that paycheck. Mama told me one day I'll be famous.
Remember when she used to say she hate this?
So the question comes, how do I recover from binge eating? The first thing that I understood was that more restriction will never solve or stop the binge eating. It is probably an instinctive thing to want to restrict after a binge eating to compensate for eating more, but this just sets up a binge restrict cycle. Breaking the cycle often requires us to stop the compensation first, then you accept and forgive yourself. Well, I have binge, and that is okay. Try to reflect on how you feel. How do you end up binge eating? What can you learn from what just happened? Truth is, I still struggle to do what I preach. Sometimes I ate more and I just wanted to eat lesser for the day to make up for what I ate today. I know I could do that easily. I just have to eat lesser, right? But the hard part is saying no to this behavior. To say no to the fear of gaining weight, say no to the mindset of needing to make up for the mistake I've made. Eventually, I learned that this was not a mistake because sometimes binging is not just about food, but food can be a way to cope. It is natural for our body to find ways to cope with the stress and anxiety. You have to learn to forgive yourself.
All of my friends used to be close. Now where they go, God only knows. I'll getting stoned out on their own. We only talk when liquor involved. All of my friends wanting the week to end. All of my friends wanting the week to end. All of my friends, all of my friends.
Anyway, for lunch, you see, my mom is obsessed with Korean foods. So most of the weeks, we would go out and eat Korean food. But this week, she decided to bring Korean food to us. So she cooked us kimchi stew. She added tofu, vegetables, meat, and some Korean pepper sauce.
Make you be ready to go. Hope I ain't dying alone. Hitting up Mongo for the gains, yeah. Big meal before you get brainless. Friday has its stages. My chest still be racing, yeah. Impatient, done with the waiting. This high like a mini vacation. Hold up.
It was really good, but it was also really spicy. Not that I couldn't take spice, but this drinking an entire bowl of spicy stew, oh boy.
All of my friends wanting the week to end.
Yeah, well, as you can see, it's really good. I drank the entire bowl.
All of my friends wanting the week to end. Friday need an ending. Really can't tell where you ending up.
Truth is, recovery is not linear. You may take one step forward and two steps backwards, but you'll grow and learn to help yourself to cope with it. You did not fail your diet. It is your diet that failed you.
It's not me, just a clone. No, she knows better than.
Now that I think about it, how is eating a slice of cake cheating? Food is food. Since when did eating a piece of dessert becomes a form of cheating? Cheating is bad. Is having a slice of pizza, a piece of chocolate bad? No, it's just eating. But that is something the toxic fitness culture and the diet culture told us.
All of my friends wanting a week to.
Instead of thinking of it as cheating, why not just think of it as another day of eating? If it is a healthy habit and a sustainable way of eating, it should not require you to cheat on it, because it is part of your lifestyle and there's nothing bad to it. Truth is, if I look back and see how far I've come, how much I've learned along the way, building healthy habits that are sustainable, taking care of my body and appreciating it, I'm glad that I've been through that stage of life. Because if I hadn't, I wouldn't have known the importance of health, the importance of building a positive, healthy lifestyle for my mind and my body. I wouldn't have spent hours and hours researching on all sorts of diets and meals, trying to find one that best suits me. And I found out that it is not the low-carb diet or the crash diet or my mom's healthy diet that helped me, but the diet that I define for myself. The one that I can do for the rest of my life, and the one that brings me true joy and happiness.
因为我拍哪边比他伟大。
me till let's go. Take me on this journey home. I don't wanna wait no.
Okay, yeah, I decided to have oats for breakfast because I'm really craving for it. I'm sorry, mom. I guess this is one meal not eating just like you, but I really wanted it, so I'm gonna have it.
We could be dancing in the stars. We could be floating on the way.
My mom taught me that not every diet is for everyone. Some people can eat 3 meals in a day and feel full, but some people, on the other hand, can eat way more and still feel hungry. Every body is different, and so is yours. Don't let the society define what's best for your body. They only recognize the beauty on the outside. They don't see what's inside you. How much happier you are, how much healthier you become. My mom, she loves cake, which you probably already know. She made burnt cheesecake and also some cookies. She can eat cookies and her cheesecake every single day, and she never gets tired of it. It's really good though.
So flat.
What you need is not a skinny body or a flatter belly. What you need is acceptance, being heard, valued, and respected. And these won't come if you don't do it for yourself. Let me remind you that you cannot hate your body into becoming thin and healthy. And my mom's favorite dish is probably noodles. Like, I'm a rice person, but my mom, she can eat anything that has noodles on it. So she cooked me some noodles with chicken breast and some veggie. It was really good, although the noodle was a little too soft, but it was pretty decent. I loved it. Yeah, can I just say that the cookie was amazing? While my mom has mastered the art of baking cookies, the best cookies in the world. For dinner, my mom made me a huge bowl of soup. But she eats them all the time, so why not? My mom used to eat oatmeals a lot. She would have toppings like fruits, yogurt. I mean, I'm still eating her diet, but even though now she eats mostly bread, but this was still part of her diet. I guess that works for me too. And for lunch, we went out to another Korean restaurant. We decided to order some stew and rice bowl. It's really good. One thing I learned over the years is that my body has to care of me. We are so used to diet culture that eating normal, listening to our hunger cues becomes scary and foreign. Diet culture is a dangerous roller coaster that made us lose trust in ourselves. The hardest part of recovering is the fear of weight gain, seeing the number on the weighing scale goes up. Because you look at the state that you're at now, you're afraid that it may change or become worse. I know it's hard to trust the process. It's hard to be striving towards something not knowing what the end results will look like. It is even harder to feel that you're losing the momentum because you're not in control. If you could just picture it, you can imagine yourself eating a cake even on non-cheat days. You could picture yourself munching on your favorite delicious donuts coated with thick layer of vanilla glaze and not worry about anything else. You could imagine yourself having a huge family dinner and trying every single dish, not worrying about what are the ingredients. It is difficult, not because it's impossible, but because you couldn't picture such future happening. You didn't dare to step out of your comfort zone to make that change. Personally, I too struggle with that. I'm terrified that one day this will all go away and I will slip back to how I looked before. I will have to deal with comments such as, "Oh my god, Grace, the last time I saw you, you were skinnier. Grace, have you been binge eating? Grace, are the exams too stressful for you? You look like you've gained weight." But now I ask myself, what's wrong with gaining weight? If the society condones weight loss, why can't they do the same for weight gain? I admire people who can gain weight and still feel happy about it, because I learned that it is not about how you look, but how you are able to accept yourself regardless of the state that you are at. I realized that the society will always have something to say about the female body, be it negative or positive. In the past, society values women with petite frame, tiny waist, just like how the society now adores women with curves and assets. I learned to stop seeking affirmation from others, but from myself, because the freaking society will never be satisfied regardless of how we look. Truth is, even people around us will always have something to comment about our life. As I was growing up, people would comment things like, "Grace, why are you eating so much?" They would ask me things like, "Grace, are you on a diet? Why are you eating so little?" These small little comments made me realize that people will never be satisfied with what we do. So now I just do what makes me happy. For breakfast, it's another bowl of baked oats with bananas and some peanut butter. It was really good. I added maple syrup in it. And for lunch, my mom made me another bowl of noodles, but this time it's pasta. My mom loves pasta. I don't know, I usually just eat what she cooks. But anything that she cooks is amazing, so I wouldn't mind eating anything that she cooks. Yeah, well, guess what are we having for snack? Cakes! And more cakes. Well, this time is a little different. It was homemade and my friend gave it to me. It was really good. They had tiramisu and cookies and cream. Oh boy, I love cookies and cream. And my mom is a fan of tiramisu. I guess we're both happy. Happy. Yeah, sorry, you had to see me eat the kueh bangkek almost every day. It's me and my mom's obsession right now. Well, both of us couldn't stop eating. It wasn't really sweet, just nice. Tastes like toasted cookie. This journey is not a sprint, it's a marathon. You need to find what works best for you. You ask yourself, what makes you happy? When do you feel the least worried and most free? I can assure you that's not the time when you said no to your favorite food. I mean, there's nothing wrong with saying no at times. If you feel like you've had enough and you really didn't want to have it, then that's okay and you have every right to say no. But what about the times when you really wanted it and you said no to it simply because you didn't want to cheat on your diet? I used to do that all the time. People associate eating as being fat. When I want to treat myself to a supposedly not so healthy food, people start making remarks such as, Grace, why are you being so fat? Grace, you're really living the fat lifestyle. And I'm influenced to tell myself things like, I'm feeling so fat, eating so much. I thought that I was just expressing what I feel and my reality. But truth is, fat is not a feeling. Angry is, sad is, tiredness, happiness, nervousness, worry. Those are feelings. And these emotions can be caused by so many things like stress and problems. Learn to ask yourself, how are you feeling? Have you slept enough? Have you eaten enough? Are you feeling okay? I learned to make smarter food choices rather than the perfect one. I learned to listen to my own body. If I want an ice cream, I'll go get it. I'm not being fat, neither am I being unhealthy. I used to be so afraid that I'd give myself food freedom, I would eventually gain weight. But truth is, if eating what is sufficient for me means that I'm going to gain weight, then I can either spend the rest of my life fighting against it or learning to embrace it.
'Cause you're the one who's going home to be all alone, watching cooking shows. You take yourself to see seriously. You kill me when I'm wrong and you kill me when I'm right, but you know it wouldn't kill you if you tried to be nice. Stop making me choose between you and Fortnite. Now I'm telling you.
My mom taught me that healthy lifestyle does not have to be miserable. She used to be overweight and she wanted to change. She didn't go on a restrictive diet. Instead, she cultivated healthy lifestyle, changing the foods that she eats, swapping for healthier alternatives, going for exercises and signing up for workout classes that she enjoys. That worked for her because it was sustainable for her, and exercises that she enjoyed doing. Losing weight comes with the change of lifestyle, learning to prioritize habits that can benefit you physically and emotionally. So I too learned to start doing that, finding what's the best way for me to stay healthy and active. My mom never had the perfect diet, but she found a diet that worked best for her, and that's what you should do too. Online can seem like health is a sacrifice, that you need to give up the food that you enjoy, force yourself to drink detox tea, go to the gym 6 days a week, skipping breakfast, never eating processed food. Truth is, none of these are necessarily part of being healthy, and neither does it contribute to a healthy lifestyle.
And me, oh, and that's how I knew it. I guess I never loved you like I love me. I guess I never loved you, and that's how I never me. 'Cause someday I'll love someone like I love me.
Being healthy should not feel like a chore or a burden. Being healthy should not be a 3-week detox or intense training every single week. You don't have to look for all the diet trends that has proven to work. Ask yourself, what can I change? And what kind of choices can I make to contribute to my own happiness and well-being?
So I did my best to feel what you're feeling. But what about what I want? What about what I want? Cause what I wanted was to laugh at the way you laugh at the way I laugh.
Being healthy is about the overall choices and the habits you cultivated, and most importantly, your mindset towards it.
Being me, oh, and that's how I do it.
It won't happen overnight. This won't happen during a week, but making small changes every day, one day you'll wake up and you'll realize that the sun is shining a bit brighter.